Hey everyone, Austin here again with another pinball machine gameplay video. Today, as you can see, it's going to be Soccer. That's it, just Soccer by Gottlieb from 1975. This is a pretty fun old electromechanical machine, and before I start explaining things here, I'd like to give a big shout out to my friend Edon Grossman, who, much like with the Getaway gameplay video, allowed me to come over to record the Soccer that he owns. So thank you, Edon, for letting me do that. This is a pretty simple game, but it's a pretty fun one as well. His machine in particular is actually quite fast, so you'll find the ball just fly at the playfield a lot faster than a lot of other EMs that I have played. I don't know if he swapped the coils out or something like that, but it plays pretty well. So the goal of this game is to build your bonus, just like a lot of other EMs. What's fun about this game is that your bonus is denoted in these red soccer balls. Not really soccer balls. I think they're supposed to be soccer balls, but basically these red balls that pop up there in the back box. So we have 4, so it's 1,000 points per ball, so we just got 4,000 points in bonus. Generally speaking, you'll hit any lit shot that'll add a bonus ball. The top lanes in particular will expand as your balls, as you go through your game. So on ball 1, only a handful of shots are lit. On ball 2, more shots are lit, and then on ball 3, even more shots are lit and whatnot. The most lucrative shots in this game are generally the spinners, I'd say, because on a game like this that plays really fast, you can get a lot of spinner rips. The spinners themselves aren't worth a ton, maybe it's 10 or 20 points a spin or something like that. But it's very easy to, get that lamp in the middle of the playfield. You'll notice that it goes from left to right as you hit the spinner. And when it goes all the way to the right, you collect 500 points and advance a bonus. So it's a fast way to get points. You'll get 500 points, you get spinner bonus, and then you'll advance bonus as well. And then you'll drain like I just did and maybe come out with, 8,000 or 9,000 points in bonus or more. So there is, I believe, a way to collect bonus on the playfield. Yeah, so there's actually a saucer in the top left-hand portion of the playfield that if you can manage to get it into, it'll give you 1,000 points, and it will basically score the bonus that you currently have. So if you can manage to cash out the bonus over and over and then build it back up and collect it again, that's how you can get some really big points in this game. This game is actually quite drainy, though. It's actually very difficult to be consistent at, so this gameplay video is not going to be the longest, and it's going to feature multiple games, unlike my other gameplay videos where it's always just one game. So, but that is pretty much the game in a nutshell. It's not terribly complex. There is a way to actually light your special up top, and you can try to collect that. That's always a nice goal to try to go for. But one thing I find myself doing when I play this is I'll keep the ball on actually the lower part of the playfield on subsequent balls. So on ball 1, it's really about ripping those spinners, because you'll notice that not much is actually lit on the playfield. And so hitting unlit targets doesn't really do a whole lot for you in this game. So you really want to, focus on the spinners right away. And like right there, we just got a bunch of spinner points and 500 points. And then on our subsequent balls, more lights will be lit, and so my strategy will change. I think on ball 2, I'll probably start going for the stand-up targets on the bottom of the playfield. So assuming I can get the ball trapped on the flippers, I can go for those lower targets at an angle, sort of like a 45-degree angle. They're not super safe, but I'd say it's about 50-50 in terms of risk. So, and that was a majorly failed bounce pass, unfortunately, and that's something to keep in mind with a lot of these old games in general, but these old games in particular. Bounce passes don't always work that well. So modern day, I don't want to say modern day strategies might not apply here. So you might have to do more run and gun gameplay on the fly flipping and whatnot, which usually isn't my play style. I like to play very controlled, even on these old games when I can, but sometimes these old games just won't let you. So now those 2 saucers in the top left hand portion of the playfield, they're actually, there's a plastic above them, but it's actually sort of a loop. If you shoot the left hand side, the ball will actually loop all the way around. I don't really recommend going for that saucer directly on, because at least with how fast this game is, the ball has a tendency of just hopping right over the saucer, and it just rolls out of the other one up top too. So you're more likely to get the ball in those saucers from the pop bumpers. And that was a missed shot and a bad reaction as well. I could have actually saved that, but I didn't. It just flew right back down way too fast. So, but yeah, as you progress through your balls, you know, more lanes on the top are lit, so it's easier to get that bonus added on the plunge. So less skill is required to collect or to add a bonus. There we go. Hit the target, added a bonus, but it flew right back down between the flippers, and I wasn't fast enough to react. So, yeah, this game is kind of nasty, and it is set to 5-ball mode, by the way. If you set it to 3-ball, the scoring changes a little bit. I think some of the lights, you know, they'll be lit at different intervals, whereas right now, you know, it's not until ball 5 that all your lights on the playfield are lit. So if you have it on 3-ball play, they'll all be lit much sooner, most likely. So, and your final ball in this, your bonus, like a lot of Gottliebs from this era, will be multiplied. So ball 5, when it's set to 5-ball mode, is by far the most important ball in the game. So if you can build your bonus, you will get so many more points on your final ball than you will on the other balls. So. And there wasn't anything I could do about that, unfortunately. Hit the spinner, it came right back down, and that is the name of this game. So yeah, not a whole lot else to explain here. It's pretty basic stuff, like a lot of these old EMs are. But again, like I said, it is a fun game. There are a lot of shots in the playfield, which is pretty cool. So ball 1 is really about ripping those spinners and then collecting whatever other lit shots there are. On subsequent balls, you might want to start going for other lights in the playfield, or if you really want to, you can just try to keep ripping those spinners. I think the ripping the spinner strategy is probably better. Well, for one, on ball 1, because there's nothing else to do, but 2, ball 5, it might be good to rip the spinners because all your top lanes are lit, and as you hit those spinners, the ball is going to the top of the playfield. It's more likely to hit those top lanes, so that's something to consider as well. Pop bumpers themselves, not worth a ton. They're worth about 100 points a piece, it looks like. And you don't get a lot of pop action on this due to how they're positioned. But, you know, it's just something to consider as well when you're playing this game. There we go. That's 2 shots. So we got 500 points each and added a bonus on each. And then again, at the end of the ball, we collect the bonus. It's a fun sort of toy. You know, having that interactive back box, sort of interactive. You don't really control it per se, but you know what you do in the playfield does determine where those balls go. And that was a drop catch, but sort of a failed fire back there. So the bigger thing about drop catches in general is, you know, it's great to be able to drop catch, but it's even better to actually hit something worthwhile after you've done a drop catch, and sometimes that's easier said than done. That takes a lot of practice, and on these old games I think it's harder to bounce the ball back up after a drop catch and actually hit something worthwhile. So I'm not that great. I'm not as good at the EMs as I am you know, solid states, or more specifically, you know, more modern DMD games, but I do still enjoy them. I've owned a couple of EMs over the course of my life, and I'm sure I will own more. So, but yeah, that is pretty much going to do it for this video. We're at 28,000 points, and our bonus is 6,000 and doubled. And so we basically end up at 40,000 points for the game. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below if you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up, or if you hate everything about life, give it a thumbs down. And until the next one, take it easy.